Morning folks, this is my second attempt at doing this video because I had to format my camera. It said I deleted all the files from it from my last video and it said it had no storage, despite the fact that there was only today's videos on there. So I've lost the first 10 minutes of footage. So you joined me 10 minutes into a walk. If I said the word canyon to you, I've already done this bit, where would your mind go? Because mine would go to the Grand Canyon in the US. But this walk I'm on today is called Upton Canyon. So I'm guessing your brain wouldn't have gone, if I said canyon, to some heathland in Dorset. But that's where we are. We've seen a sign that says that we might see snakes and ground nesting birds. There was a pond that I filmed and I said that lots of outdoor content creators go for cold dips, but it was muddy as anything. It's just, you wouldn't want to see me doing that. So now we're just following the trail, seeing if we can see this canyon. I'd be surprised if we do see a canyon, and seeing if we can see any wildlife. Like I said, there's apparently snakes, ground nesting birds. This is a good time of day to see the snakes because they like to come out and bask in the morning sun. And I'll do my best to film a snake if I see one. I've seen one before, so. Right, hopefully we can carry on as normal now. Now, All Trails reckons that there's some farm animals this way. It looks like there might be a little, oops, to be careful where you're walking on this because of all the tree roots. Might be like, it looks like there's a little diversion that you can take to possibly just go and see farm animals, which I will absolutely, definitely be taking. Doesn't feel like there'll be farm animals around here. Just looks like typical heathland in this area, but we'll see. I'm such a big animal lover. It wasn't forecast to be this nice, so I'm pleasantly surprised. I brought a hoodie with me, and within 5 minutes I took it off. And the good thing about going at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is what I'm doing now, is that when you take your hoodie off and you realise you've put your t-shirt on inside out, you can get changed without the worry of somebody walking around the corner and seeing your man boobs. So that's a relief. Well, I've definitely not seen any farm animals. There was a horse over there, just on its own. But when you see a sign saying farm animals, you think, well, I think of all of them. Pigs, cows, horses. I didn't think there was going to be any out here, but well, this is that little detour. I'm not sure. It's probably got, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that too well, but it's got this detour here that just looks like it leads back on to the same bit. So I wonder if I zoom out. No, I thought maybe if I zoom out you could do one bit on, oh yeah, you could. So I could do one bit on the way in and another on the way out, or vice versa. Is that the canyon? Thing is, when the only canyon you know in your head is the Grand Canyon, which is one of the world's most breathtakingly bamboozling, on a scale that you can't really comprehend, natural geographical features. Any other kind of canyon, especially somewhere like this where it's probably going to be a little diddy thing, it's not really going to compare, is it? This is about 9k this walk, so it doesn't meet the threshold for me bringing a snack. However, I did pull into the co-op. I'm a big almond croissant guy. Absolutely flipping love an almond croissant. And the co-op if you're from the UK, the Co-ops ones, if you go in the morning and they're freshly baked, they're £1.15 or £1.10 even, and they are phenomenal. They're not like artisan bakery ones where, you know, you feel like you need to have a shower after. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hey. Well, that's my day made. Don't care about almond croissants anymore. I'm going to have to try and do some zooming on the camera if you can't see that, because there was a deer. Wow, sorry, my mind's just a bit blown. I did know that there were deers in this area, but to see one, wow, I feel it's just made my morning. So yeah, almond croissants, they're nice. Cheers. What a gorgeous morning. I'm so grateful to be sober, to be in good enough health to be able to come out and do this, to just have the freedom to be able to do this. Just feel really grateful. To live somewhere where this is around. To live somewhere where we preserve places like this, just to be enjoyed and to protect animals, I think is a truly amazing thing. Yeah, barbecues and fires are illegal on heathland because the heathland is so dry that any kind of leftover embers or just the mess of a barbecue, glass bottles that can magnify the sun's heat, they can start horrendous fires. And arsonists can too, and that's been an issue in this area, which, what can you say? I'm not going to go into an argument about that, but it's just a shame, isn't it? The amount of damage it does to wildlife. And I don't think people realise how much we rely on wildlife. It keeps us alive. Bees and plants and cross-pollination and all the stuff that goes on a micro level without you even realising is providing a good quality of life for you. And yet there's people who just don't appreciate it too much. And no amount of me saying it will make them appreciate it either, I don't think. But I'll say it to the people who do appreciate it. I might have an obstacle here. I'm guessing that's what this little bridge is for. I just love the way the sun comes through the canopy of the trees. So this bit I'm on now is very long and very flat, and it's called the Castleman Trailway. So it's great for cyclists, it's great for runners. It's a bit hilly at parts, but it's mainly just a really straight, flat bit of trail. It's definitely good for cyclists. Me and my son used to come and cycle a section of it back when he was a toddler, which is good fun because you're off, obviously there's no roads or anything, so it's pretty cool. I think maybe a train used to come through here. It's definitely used for something, and now it's just used for enjoyment. There's lots of runners out this morning, and I've said before, I'm crap at running, but I do enjoy it. I'm seeing everyone running and thinking, yeah, I want to be doing that, but I'm quite happy with my walk. You hear a lot of "the country's on its knees" comments from people who feel that way, I guess. But it may be in some areas. I just think I'm incredibly grateful to live in this country. If I injured myself out here, if I fell down the canyon, if I ever find it, there's every chance a helicopter may rescue me for free. That's just mind-blowing. For free. And I've never been in a helicopter, so might be jumping down that canyon at some point. And don't worry, I'm not gonna get political on this channel. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that I'm grateful for today, and it just makes me... I don't want to say that the people who think the country's on its knees aren't grateful, because I'm sure they just want to, you know, criticise the things that are open to be criticised. But, and that, maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege as someone who's, you know, got a roof over their head and fuel in the car and food in the cupboard. Maybe it's really easy for me to say I'm grateful for everything. But just that one thing alone, if anyone was to injure themselves out here, you could be rescued for free and have treatment for free. So I just think that's awesome. That doesn't look fun, does it? Don't know if you can get the gradient on the film, but it looks pretty steep. I've gotten all used to it just being a flat trail, but it does have a few steep bits. Again, it says moderate on all trails, and I have seen people of all ages and abilities on this walk. There is one bit where you have to kind of clamber down the side of that tunnel I showed you. I had to go up the banking to the side of it, to where the trail goes across the top. And I wouldn't recommend doing that if you had anything physically that was going on. But with a lot of these routes, and especially in a nature reserve, there'll be a million ways around it. No good mornings from them so far. Morning. Hi. I forced one on that guy. I'm not having as a northerner, I'm not having anyone getting away with not saying good morning. I know they've got to concentrate on their cycling, but come on guys. I've not had a coffee yet either. I ate like an absolute pig. Oh, is that the canyon? I think this could be the oh no. I mean, that doesn't look much like a canyon, does it? Again, I've only got the Grand Canyon as a reference point, so nothing's going to look like a canyon. Yeah, anyway, I ate like an absolute pig yesterday. Me and my son went out for a fry-up. Best fry-up in Dorset as far as I'm concerned, and as far as TripAdvisor's concerned as well, for pool anyway. Rob's filling station, eh? I found Upton Canyon. There it is. Quite the old geographical feature, that, isn't it? Flipping heck. I might need to abseil down that. So yeah, me and my son went out for a fry-up. Just awesome. Rob's filling station. If you're ever in Poole, a butcher's makes their own sausages for them. They bake their own bread for the flipping fried bread. It's just like every element is as quality as it could be. Highly, highly recommend. I haven't been down there, but apparently they're also rated #1 for roast dinners. But you do have to book in advance because they're that good apparently. And then as if that wasn't enough saturated fat for the day, we just couldn't be bothered cooking and ordered a pizza. Like a proper traditional Italian style one from a place called El Marino. So you don't feel as bad as if you had a Domino's or something. But I've got some calories to burn off today, that's for sure. And the reason I didn't have a coffee is because of that feast that I had yesterday. I didn't want to tempt anything. We know what coffee can do to people's digestive system, shall we say. And I didn't want anything going on while I'm trying to... The helicopter might come because I broke my leg, but I don't think it's going to come if I've cacked myself. So no coffee yet, I'll get one on the way home. As you can see, it's so dry, the heathland around here. You can see how easily it is for a fire to spread. Lots of bracken and ferns and dry grass. Little bird there. Ground nesting birds are funny, aren't they? Why would you build your nest in the ground when you can fly? You'd never have mates, would you? You coming round? Where do you live again? In the ground. What, where cats are? No chance. Where people can step on you. You do know we can fly. This bit's overgrown, I'm definitely going to get prickled here. I get super paranoid walking around places like this that I'm going to get a tick. Because I was watching a YouTuber the other day, and who was it? I think it was that bloke. He's not very well known, but there was this bloke and he decided he just quit his job and decided he was going to walk to Germany. I thought that was ace. Oh, jeez. Anyway, there was this bloke who was walking, who just said, screw it, I'm just going to walk to Germany for a laugh. I'm sure it was him, and he kept getting bloody ticks in his legs. And I do not want Lyme's disease, to be honest. I'm getting prickled all over the spot. This is narrow, this. This won't be where you'd see a snake down here, because they'd want to go into these bits, but they would want to come out and capture some of that warmth of the sun. So I will keep the camera handy. It's pretty unlikely we're going to see one, but I think I remember this bit. I'm sure I've done this bit before on a different walk. Look at those flowers up there. I don't know if you can see them, those purple ones. What a gorgeous colour that is. Can you see them? It's a really nice colour of purple. So this exact bit of trail was where I saw a snake. The only other time I've seen a snake was on this bit. And I was with Saoirse, and the other walk we did, you kind of came out up there and walked down here, and this snake was just coming up there, up the side. Now we're going to go down there, but I want to just have a look at this little meadow with a bench in it. I might just have a sip of my water on this bench. Look at this. Is this a meadow? I don't know when a meadow becomes a field. Someone's graffitied the bench, look. Something witty and unique and original, I would have thought. Oh, to be fair, just says chill spot. Fair play. Not a bad little place to have 5 minutes, this. I don't think my mic will be picking up the bird sounds, but there's a lot. Now we are back on the long flat Castleman Trailway, coming back in the opposite direction, funnily enough, to what we went out on. It's been an okay walk. I wouldn't say it's in my top 5, but I feel just as grateful coming out and being out here and being healthy and taking it all in than I would anywhere. You don't have to have the best views, the best aspects of nature, the easiest parking, the friendliest dogs. All those things would be great, obviously, but just coming out, being outside, moving, just makes you feel alive, you know. I spent so long of my life worrying about the future and being affected by what happened in the past. I was never in the present moment. I wanted to avoid being in the present moment because it was like this raw single point where it just was so uncomfortable. But now that's where I want to be. I want to be present and recognise things and perceive things and wonder about things. And there's a few tricks and tips to be present if you're not someone who finds himself being present very often. Because it's easy enough to be reminded to be present all the time, but then it's actually a skill that you need to develop. Well, it was a skill that I needed to develop, should I say. I'm not speaking for anyone else. And one thing is just to walk around outside And when you've got your internal monologue going on, just use present tense language. Oh, I can see this. I like this. Oh, I can see that. I can smell this. Don't let yourself get into that habit of saying things like, oh, that would, this was. Be really strict with the language that you use and just keep it present in your head. Try not to do it out loud. You might get some funny looks, but if that's your bag, that's fine. That's one thing that's really helped me to practice being present. Back over this little bridge. So the present moment, I like to imagine as a circle. So my timeline, starting from the start, when I was born, and the end, when I die, I visualise it as a timeline. And the present moment is the circle in which I am now. 37, 36. So probably about halfway through, realistically. And I imagine there's a line leading up to the present moment, which is the past. And there's a line leading away from the present moment, which is the future. And if I don't embellish and live in and embrace that present moment, that circle of the present moment becomes really small and uncomfortable and unpleasant. And the lines leading up to and away from it are jagged and uncomfortable. Whereas when I spend time being present and being aware of my surroundings and what I'm doing and who I'm with, that circle gets bigger and it allows other people in, and the lines to and from it become more comfortable and less jagged. Morning. And that's just the way I visualise it, if that helps anyone. Now, am I going the right way? No. Just had a feeling then I was probably going the wrong way, and I am. Or am I? No, that was the bloody right way. I don't know, following a green line on a map, you'd think it'd be easy, wouldn't you? But if anyone's going to get it wrong, it's me. So yeah, that's just how a little visualisation that I use for the present moment. And it ebbs and flows. I'm not always present, and I'm not always the best at practicing these skills, but they are skills, and you only ever get better at a skill, any skill, by practicing it. And some people have a natural talent for it, and others don't. Others have to really work at it, and that's just the way it is. But I really do find that the more present I am and the more time I take to be present and be aware of my body and my thoughts and my emotions, that circle of the present moment that follows me all the way through life becomes bigger, like I said, and allows for more people in and more breathing room, and it feels more comfortable. The line leading up to it and the line leading away from it don't seem so bad, and they don't have complete control over it. That's a little visualisation that I do to try and be present. You're welcome to use it, and you're welcome to call me just a woo-woo weirdo as well if you want. Precocious peatland. Sounds like a crap theme park, doesn't it? Dad, can we go to Alton Towers? Don't be silly, we're off to Precocious peatland at the weekend. They've got everything we need. Coming back to the A35 bridge in a second, so we're nearly at the end. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a nice walk. I am going to try and do new things on the channel at some point. It's just, this is easy for me because I do this anyway, you know, but I would like to try new stuff. If there is anything you'd like me to try, or any suggestions for walks or anything like that, please post it in the comments. I do want to try a wild camp at some point, a stealth car camp at some point. That'd be fun. But any suggestions are welcome, because I'm going to keep making these anyway, just because I enjoy it. And it's another way for me to practice being present, because I'm talking about what I'm doing. And it can feel a bit odd at first, and you might think, how is this going to help? You don't chew medicine for the taste, do you? Well, you shouldn't chew medicine anyway. And if you do chew it for the taste, you need help. But the benefits of a lot of medicines are seen over time. And I see this as medicine. And you're not going to get immediate gratification and change your life from doing it once, but I guarantee you'll see improvements and changes if you're regular with it, you know. So there you have it, folks. I really enjoyed that walk, and it's only 10 o'clock, so I can enjoy the rest of my day now. Thanks for coming along with me, and I look forward to bringing you along for the next one. Cheers.